So the other night, I had some friends over, we were having some wine and some charcuterie. No, I wasn't. We were shotgunning beers, and I was eating pizza like a glutton, and we determined that the all-time greatest performance Harley Davidson model is a Sportster. It's not a performance bagger. These overweight, overpriced machines masquerading as performance Harley Davidson are laughable at best. And I've heard it all. It's too small, it's a girl's bike, it's a beginner bike. I ain't having any of that, and I'll prove it. I'll build a true street and strip Sportster, and I'll show the taillight to anything that wants to line up next to me. Sportsters have just been around and been like the performance model forever, and now they're being overlooked. Wouldn't mind heading down to Sasha's, kind of take a look, see what he has as far as like the old Sportsters, and then go find us one. He's the, the old stuff, chopper guy. So it's always fun to pick his brain. The performance Harley is a Sportster.
Yeah, it's lighter.
It's a smaller bike, and it's been like the performance bike forever. And I mean, they've been making them since
57.
There you go. I mean, iron heads and everything else. The model has a super long history. S&S guys setting multiple land speed records with them. They road raced them. This one's kind of a hot rod. You got dual disc front end.
It's a stock model, but the thing it's maybe customized on is obviously invaders, the paint. I think it's a stock 900. There's nothing really punched out in it.
It's a 79, and in 79, this was a pretty sporty machine. Wasn't a lot of dual disc, like sub 550-pound bikes.
Oh, agreed.
In 79.
Hell yeah.
I mean, a dual disc Sportster in 1979, as far as Harley Davidson goes, that might as well have been a super bike.
Yeah.
We are gonna make ours to put foot in ass, though. But like, the idea is like a true street strip bike. I can ride the thing the drag strip if I want, and go race. I'm gonna put enough nitrous on that Sportster to euthanize a small town, is what I'm going to do.
Nitrous it?
Oh yeah, lots. Lots. Yeah. You could euthanize a village with the amount of nitrous I'm gonna put on that bike.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it, man. I think it's gonna be killer.
You think it'd be really fast, or I'm gonna spit parts out? Of course, Sasha has some cool old Sportsters. You can count on that guy to have cool stuff, but not exactly what we're looking for. Personally, I really like that range of Evo Sportster from the late 90s to the early 2000s, right before they went to rubber mount. You think they're always gonna be around and easy to find because they made so many. It's not necessarily the case, so I think we found the perfect one. It's an 883, it's an 01, it's exactly kind of the year range I wanted. A super clean bike. It only has like 5,000 original miles on it. I mean, it's 20 years old, it has 5,000 miles on it. But the tires, I'm pretty sure are the original tires. They definitely look like they're 20 years old. So I don't want to take out and risk my life with a 20-year-old tire at the drag strip. So I'm gonna have to straighten that out before we head out there. The ignition's not super clean. Sounds like it's firing kind of weird. So I'm gonna replace the plug wires, throw some plugs in it, and clean it up a little bit before we take it to the drag strip. We're here at Sturgis Dragway. Gonna bust out our little 883, all 883 cc's of Fury, and see what it's all about. See if we can sneak up on some unsuspecting fast people here with our little engine that could. There's a lot of fast bikes out there. There was a handful of ZX14s, a Hayabusa, real stretched out bike, slammed down, really set up to drag race. I think that guy in the white Busa needs a longer swing arm. That 200 horsepower ZX14, he's never had to take on 883 cc's of Fury. So no idea what's coming. We were definitely the smallest motor with the littlest amount of horsepower. This is what you gotta perfect as a drag racer. It's the duck walk. I knew I was gonna have to keep the thing in the RPM some, but like it just came out and just laid down like a dead animal. it just kind of like, there's nothing I could do. And then it felt like it was taking an hour to wind back up. Jesus.
It felt like it was only running on one cylinder. I'm pretty sure it was running on two, but it felt like it was running on one. So slow. Like when I left, I had a bunch of R's, but when you put load on it, when you leave, it dropped, just bogged right down. So something's happening in the mid-range, it's just not making power. When we're launching the bike, it's coming out and just going bleh. I can try to keep it in higher R's, but I mean, I can only slip the clutch so much.
Didn't really matter, and you can kind of see after that, it pulled basically the same mile per hour, both passes, like 67, 68 miles an hour.
I swear, I'm gonna spray this thing as soon as the clutch comes out. It is just like,
So we took the little 883, the little engine that could, over to the drag strip, and it couldn't. Kind of what I anticipated, but pretty slow. So we're gonna head over to see Jason at Speeds. Those guys are like some of the most OG tuners, motor builders, dyno guys around. Jason and Jamie's dad started kind of like the original install tuning business on the road. Those guys were road warriors, still are for years and years and years, traveling around the country, building motors and dynoing, tuning bikes.
That's Swagger. That's Easton, the shop dogs. That's shop dogs and shop security. Oh, he's even getting a little excited at the camera. What is that, buddy? Huh? What is that?
We're just lucky enough to have Jason kind of here in our backyard with his dyno. We can go over there and get a baseline from him and see where our little bike's at.
Yeah, she's stock. Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while. How you been?
Good, well, I mean, I've been better. I've had faster bikes. Like,
Right?
I think I may have bit off more than I can chew with this one. I mean, just riding it around
Right.
on the street even, I was like, man, I was misinformed.
Right.
I don't know, maybe call it cheat. I'm gonna put some nitrous on this to make it like really wake up. So what's your prediction? What do you think? We're gonna do 33, 35 horse?
We'll rock the 40-ish mark. You guys want some headphones?
I'll take a set. You got some?
It always adds to the sound and the live dyno experience. I'm not too overly all concerned today with air fuel because we're going to be putting nitrous on this thing, so we want to get some torque and some horsepower numbers and go from there. All right, let's see what we got.
We really need to put a monster in this thing to make it fast, but it's pretty slow right now.
Well,
What did it do?
it took about a half hour to get there.
Oh, dude, it was like it was running up a hill.
We walked out a rockin' 47 horse and a rockin'
monster.
48 foot-pounds of torque.
It's got an intake and an exhaust on it, which I'm sure helped, but like the real story is that massive dip down to like 23 horsepower in the middle. I mean, none of it is usable as far as I'm concerned.
You are correct, dude.
Yeah.
Where the dip is, 23 horse.
Yeah.
You know, down here, we're 35 foot-pounds of torque, for Pete's sakes. Knowing you, Patrick, you're definitely gonna fix that problem.
I'd like to fix it by about triple.
Right?
I'm gonna go for the gusto and put the little extra squeeze on it there with the juice. I'm gonna spray 75 on it when it's over with.
Okay.
Yeah. And hopefully, sweet baby Jesus of head gaskets will shine upon us. And
Yeah,
keep,
well-
keep all those head gaskets.
Boy, that'll be one nasty little running Sportster. Our pals will cross again here soon. Right on, buddy. Good to see you. All right.
What we have here is an 883 Sportster, otherwise known as untapped potential. How we're going to extract that potential is we're gonna come up with a performance plan, and we're gonna have to address multiple parts of this machine in order to get it from point A to point B in a very, very, very quick manner. One of the things we're gonna have to address, got bogus stock suspension. How are we gonna fix the suspension? Well, this might seem a little bit unorthodox, but I'm gonna fix the suspension with nitrous. We need a clean, sleek, lightweight design. So in order to fix up that lighting and clean things up, nitrous. Of course, we have chassis considerations. These 4 controls, not good for drag racing. How are we gonna fix that? Nitrous. Got some exhaust, some intake issues to take care of. Of course, we're gonna fix those with nitrous. The engine, obviously a huge part of our program. Leaned on the guys over at S&S. They're gonna give us a big bore, some cams, a bunch of other hot rod bits, and of course, nitrous. The plan's gonna come together. Just to top it off, it's a little bit more, we're gonna add some nitrous.